Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful day. Wish you all an happy Republic Day. So, there are a lot of milestones that we're going to achieve today on this very special day. And overwhelming response, we had almost 1,300 registrant, and I expecting at least 70% those who registered to join this program today to witness the launch of National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. And community societies are important for human development and nation building because it shares and teaches people the knowledge and experience to think about the places they live, what surrounds them, and how to protect their properties. Communities contribute to the social, political, cultural, and economic development of their nation. Today, on India's Republic Day, a new society is born. A society for electrical engineer and by the electrical engineers. That is National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. What motivated us? Since last 1.5 years, we are running series of electrical safety knowledge. We had almost 19 to 20,000 people attending. We found that the interest and the knowledge desired by all these engineers is enormous. So we must have a society where we all come together and share the knowledge, basically to improve our best practices and standards in installation of electrical equipment. Today with me, we have key members who are responsible to make this happen today. I would like to introduce few of the members who are on this virtual platform. So my name is Dominic. I'm the host for the day. I've been from the fire industry from 31 years, been part of FSA, Fire and Security Association of India, founder and past president, and various other society that's critical for the building sustenance. A well-known face, everybody knows in the electrical community, our president-elect, Mr. Gopakumar, who is very actively preaching and sharing his best practices and best his knowledge on electrical safety. He is a member of IEC and NEC and BAS. I don't want to take much time in introducing Len, but I would like to introduce our General Secretary-elect, Mr. Appavu. He is an electrical engineer, former Chief Electrical Inspector to Government of Tamil Nadu. He is a certified energy auditor and freelancer in advising electrical safety and earthing practices. His experience include the electrical installation design practices LV and MV, installation as per CEA. He conducts electrical safety audit, electrical accident and fire cause analysis. He has made presentation for India in Japan under the Indo-Japan Dialogue on Energy Conservation and has undergone training in Germany in the calibration of reference electrical energy standard. I would like to introduce one of the founding member of NFE, D. Krishna Kumar. Sri D. Krishna Kumar is an executive engineer and senior manager in the Central Public Work Department, that is CPWD, and has more than 30 years of experience in various E&M services like internal electrification, substations, firefighting, fire alarm, ELV services, and so on. He has authored a book, an unpublished book titled called BMS for CPWD Engineer that is available on the CPWD website. He has been involved in all aspects of buildings, that is planning, design, construction and maintenance. He has taken major work which include Sibi Bhavan in Mumbai, Nano Manufacturing Technology Center in Bangalore, and E&M services for the infrastructural development work of the HAL helicopter division at Gubi, and presently involved with the customs enclave projects in Vadala, Mumbai. He is also member of ISRE and FSAI. That is Mr. D. Krishna Kumar for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have another founding member, Ayman Sali. Is an electrical engineer, retired from PWD, Government of Maharashtra in electrical wing. He has over 39 and a half years experience, worked as electrical inspector and executive engineer, along with additional charge of superintendent engineer. He is a committee member of BAS and National Building Code of India, and he represented Government of Maharashtra. For the Government of Maharashtra, he performed prominent and major role in giving suggestions and sending comments in process of preparation of the draft and finalization of regulation, drafting accident rule, drafting of Electrical Duty Act. Presently is a technical advisor to Ministry of Roads, Highways and Transport, Government of India of Maharashtra region. We have another founding member, Salil RG. He is an electrical and electronic engineer with MBA. He started his career in the field of EST substation design and later pursued his career path involving holistic electrical design consultancy, including building sector and infrastructure project. He has over 21 years of experience in design consultancy service and executed many projects across India and abroad. His competency involved coordinated design approach with other stream of MEP engineers which are relevant to sustainability of project. Finally, Geronimo Lobo, former Chief Engineer of Taj Hotels, Goa. Geronimo Lobo is an electrical engineer with 35 years of experience in the hospitality industry. He is a chartered engineer and he's been doing various activities of like internal auditing, ISO 14001, 18001, 22000. Ladies and gentlemen, today it's a great occasion for all of us. Let's begin the launch of our association called National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety by invoking the blessing of the God. So, can I request my colleague to play the prayer, please? With the blessing of the Almighty, I would like to invite our General Secretary-elect, Mr. Appav, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Damini. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to extend my greetings to the Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to all. Respected founder members, dignitaries and experts from the group, as well as all the participants. I'm happy, very happy that the nation has today unveiled a new era by by instituting a national federation by the service-minded person and experts for the social cause, that is for the safety of public at large. I would like to say that every citizen is entitled, is given with a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. This article gets strengthened by the directive principles under Article 42 and 43 of the Constitution. These directive principles are vested with the state government, and actually the Article 21, the right to live, is getting strengthened. It is giving a life breath by this clean adoption and strict adoption of these directive principles of the state. So these are all the fundamental things that everyone should understand, that we are accountable. Wherever the flaw occurs, we are accountable. Recently, I would like to say a recent landmark judgment issued by the Honorable Supreme Court of India that electricity is hazardous. It involves hazard. So the provider should be made accountable. It involves a strict liability. We can't shirk our hands that we are not responsible. It is the act of God, or it is a technical nature. It has strictly laid down that every citizen should be protected, and its installer or the provider should be made accountable, whoever may be, for the safety of the general public. See, one more thing I would like to say, that the National Crime Records Bureau every year is exhibiting alarming rate of electrical accidents occurring in our country. At the rate of 15,000 persons, accidents are involved in our country every year for the past several years. But it is very heartening to note that the electrical accidents are almost occurring daily in our country. We think that our homes and hospitals are safe, and we are safe, but the reality is otherwise. These things are also becoming sensitive locations and requires immediate attention. So that's why we require a platform to raise our voice and put forth our views in a confident manner. Actually, when I associated Mrs. Gopa and filed a PAL at the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court of India, when the accidents were happening during the COVID period, especially in hospitals, that gave rise to the amendment of Central State Authority regulations. And we, of course, found some difficulty in getting our locus standi before the Honorable Court. That's why we felt at the time that national level foundation, national level federation, or national level association should be formed so that our voice, which is for protecting the public, should be gaining attention. That's a thing. Another important thing that we have to involve will be explained by all our members. But I would like to say that we have to identify the bottlenecks to achieve the objective for ensuring safety. And one of the most important things what I feel is we have to prevent free availability and misguidance and the process, as well as the fake product. The products are available and it is sold by what you call the attractive method of marketing, attractive marketing techniques. A sugar-coated tablet, I can say it is. But we have to go a long way to enter into a legal battle to curb such unlawful activities, as well as some process also required. There are a lot of myth and misconception among the people who are doing this job. So it is the purpose of our NFE, National Federation, to look into those aspects for the betterment of the society at large and the safety of the public. I once again thank the forum for an opportunity. I take pledge to serve the betterment of the society along with the association founders and other members. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, Mr. Dominic. It's you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I now welcome Mr. D. Krishna Kumar, the executive engineer and senior manager in the CPWD. So over to Mr. DK.
Yeah, fine. Thank you, Dominic. I'm audible.
Yeah.
So, first of all, a warm welcome to all the viewers here who have taken off their time on a holiday to come and witness the launch of a long felt need of the National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. So, this is a Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. This also includes people involved in the planning, the design, the maintenance, and the construction of electrical installations in buildings, in industries, and in service sector. So, our mission, as given in the website, will be to getting our both the product and the personnel accredited, and for this we will be focusing on safety of the products, the manufacturing, the installations. So the vision is to make every installation free of accidents. So this accidents mainly due to, we'll be focusing on the electrical aspect of the accidents, such as electrocution or fire due to short circuits, thus increasing the reliability of the electrical installations. And what we will do going ahead is conduct awareness programs. This can be online, like webinars given by the Vidyut Surakshit Bharat platform, and improve the skills of the electrical personnel by conducting seminars, face-to-face seminars, and even conduct workshops where we actually teach them how to do the correct aspect of electrical maintenance and installation. Apart from this, we'll also like to spread the knowledge about the various standards that have been in force for quite some time, and then recently introduced standards. Like, for example, the NBS 2016 is up for review now. So that is something which we need to work on. And then the National Electric Code 2023, which was launched on January 8th of this year by Shri Piyush Goyal. So that is something which we would like to spread knowledge about. And coming to me, I have been civil for 30 years. And what I see is that there are many departments in the departments, PSUs, which have got their own set of specifications for various electrical works. That's a very good aspect. The only thing is that there might be some delay in revision of the specifications. So what we would like to do is, the ideal thing would be to have frequent revisions so that these are updated in line with the Indian standards, the published Indian standards. So that's something which we would like to work on. For that, we require volunteers, lots of volunteers, and we urge members who are part of this inauguration program, the virtual launch, to become members, and urge their friends and colleagues and clients and contractors who are then in touch with in the electrical field become members. So once you go to our website, which is being launched today, there will be, we got a Facebook, we got social media, LinkedIn, YouTube. So please participate in them and help us make India an electrical safe country. We all need people like you who are in the field, who actually plan, design to make this aim of ours achievable in the shortest possible time. And we together will make India electrically safe nation. And I pledge, like Sarapa over here, to devote my time and energy and help, or with the due help of all of you, to achieve this vision and mission of ours. And I thank all my founder members for coming together in making this live. This has been a dream for most of us for quite some time. And then we are now on the threshold of achieving our dream. And we pledge to make this a small step towards making this nation electrically safe. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DK, to say it's a baby step in making our nation electrically safe.
Right.
I'm sure it's a stepping stone to ensure that we all live in a safe environment as we progress. And ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the next distinguished guest, please remember we have over 1,000 plus member who was very keen in joining the National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. And I also take this opportunity, once the launch is over, you are most welcome to put your questions and any doubt that anything that as a NFE need to do for the nation. You have any suggestion, please put your thoughts on the question Q&A box down the screen that you have. Give a suggestion, we will try and answer as much as possible. We would like to be very strong in every corner of the country. As we, the country, electrifying the whole villages, we need to be there. Villages and rural and urban, we have to be there. So to go there, how do you think that we need to take an active role? NFE want to be a strongest body, the advisor to the Indian government. So I would like to invite the next guest, Hemant Sali, presently the technical advisor to Ministry of Roads, Highways and Transport, Government of India. Over to you, sir, Hemant Sali.
Good afternoon, all panelists and all the person who are attending this session. Today we are here together to discuss the major issues we are facing within India today. The daunting figures of electrical accidents and their continued occurrences are making us think over existing electrical engineering practices, take a review of standards and regulations and their correlation in between. One must understand improvement is an unending continuous process. And at any one point, nobody can expect 100% results. We must appreciate BI is moving very fast and putting all their efforts in bringing the Indian standards at par with the international level. Today, many important standards stand at equal level with international standards. CIE is also in the process of getting the new draft of regulations vetted. A key change which we foresee is in line with Regulation 12 to old, Regulation 2010, now will be seen under Regulation 14. It is Indian standards or National Electrical Code may be followed. So this may word is now going to change. It will now appear as shall. It shall be followed with an addition of NBC also included in the code. This change will remove the option of using standards as guidelines and directly make it obligatory under the regulatory requirements. The orders given in this case by electrical inspector with particular reference of Indian standards, it will be compulsory to follow, obligatory. And if it's not followed, then it will come within the ambit of Section 146 of Electricity Act 2003, which makes the person punishable if not complied with the orders. Another very important point calling attention is actual availability of the professionals having knowledge and expertise in the field of electrical safety. Here we need to understand electricity is a concurrent subject and electrical licensing, whether it is for wireman or supervisor or contractor, is coming under the purview of the states. Each state has their own rules governing this aspect and there is no uniformity. The question is, can it be brought under nationwide one umbrella? Can there be classes of various expertise depending on their level. So this has to happen sometime. Some other issues are, as per mandatory provisions, inspections are to be done. These inspections are done when the installation is complete. So when we check the installation at completed stage, I think the design aspects which remain hidden at that time of completed installation are sometimes not able to be traced out during the tests. This is because some part of installation remains hidden, and the tests are carried out where there is no load connected on the electrical installation. So under such cases, the changes happening after connection of load in the installation cannot be traced at the initial level where there is no load. So something must be considered from this point of view. Taking tests after connecting installation to electrical load. So design, as I said, is missing part, which is also not included in the regulation. It says the installation, protections, construction of electrical installation shall be done as per the standards and code. See here, the word design that is not included in regulation number 12. If you see IEC 60364 part 6, they consider design as a separate entity. Design is separate, construction is separate, and testing is separate. There are three different entities as per their consideration. So for design in India, the so-called electrical consultants carry out this design. There is no accreditation for these consultants. They are self-declared. There is no criteria of any qualification, education, and neither they have any knowledge of electrical act and regulations or statutory provisions. That we cannot assure. So what can we do about this thing? There is one more question. Somebody has to take interest in this regard, and to make them qualify as electrical consultant, some criteria needs to be fixed for that. Another thing, the inspection formats under which we carry out the inspection, which are given in the regulations, I think those are mostly generic type. We may consider making it specific to the type of installation, like for high-rise building, for public places where occupancy is very high, for hospitals. So different criteria apply for the different type of installations. And the inspection criteria and the various points to be inspected in that portion of electrical installation may differ to some extent. It can be made something like one checklist can be generic and another can be specific to the installation, which will be in addition to the generic one. So something on that line can also be considered. The issue is that most of the accidents happen at low tension level, single phase and three phase levels. And these installations are not being tested as on present. There are so many practical difficulties in getting those installations tested. One can understand there is not enough human force to carry out such inspections. Neither it is with electrical inspector, neither it is available through chartered electrical safety engineers. So we can see there is very meager number of chartered electrical safety engineers available at the moment. Under such cases, like Mr. Apau gave the reference of Supreme Court, that the person who is responsible, not the user who is using the installation. Because what happens, our regulation decide the user is responsible to keep his installation safe. But how you can keep safe installation if there are basic mistakes at tool level in the design? Such thing we must think and find out some solutions on that. I think the expertise, the trained electricians, the trained consultants, the number is not to the matching with the requirement. I think our federation can certainly do something in that regard. Other things are, we can just think of making some model layouts, model electrical layouts, model signal and diagrams, model general guidelines for design requirements. If we can do something like that and take the certification from the person who is carrying out the design or construction, I think that will get some results out of that. Third-party testing also one of the point which is very important, which should consider, because the person who is carrying out the installation, I think the same person, if he tests, it may be that the results which are actual may not appear on the test result sheet. So something in that direction can also be done. See, the IEC standard makes it compulsory for the person who designs, constructs, and tests the installation. He has to give some declarations. He has to give that the design done is as per so and so standard, so and so code, and so and so regulatory measures. And if something goes wrong, I'll be responsible for that. Such kind of certifications or declarations, if we can make it compulsory to the person who carries out the design, who carries out the construction, or who carries out the testing, I think that also will help something to make our installations electrically safe to a certain extent. There is one more need, the formulation of the test reports. Usually the test report submitted by the electrical contractors is not covering all the points of electrical installation. So our federation may consider designing such type of test reports for different types of electrical installations. Another point which we can think of is whether there are any other sources through which we can proceed with our goal of electrical safety. If you consider the building regulations imposed by the local bodies on the building constructions, they consider electrical installation as a building service, and in the definition of building, electrical service is included. So they are actually throughout the construction, from planning to the completion, they are keeping good watch on the building construction and internal activities, including the services. But I think some part is missing in this. Electrical installations are not being given so much of consideration. They give the completion certificate, they give the occupation certificate, but where the electrical safety is not tested. So maybe we can consider this point also further in our future goals. See, we all here are very seriously thinking of doing something for our country or make our India electrically safe. And I think all cooperation of everybody is very, very needed. All the persons engaged in electrical field, whether in teaching field or in actual service or working on projects, I think everyone should contribute with their knowledge and experience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hemant Sali. Very well said. You have made a lot of mission statement and you made a lot of commitment what Federation will do for this country. Safety is not a choice. Safety is a way of life. Whatever the profession that you are, unless you don't practice safety, which is a must, not may or shall, but it's a must practice. And NFE as a federation will take this into the highest level to bring world standard in this country. To achieve this, we need to spread across the country. We need chapter in every city of India. And I'm so encouraged to see in the chat box so many encouraging words coming up and so many volunteers are coming up. They said they would like to contribute. Yes, we have, as I said, we have over 1,400 registered expressing their interest to join. We have seen many societies beginning with 30 members, 50 members, 70 members. I am very happy to say NFE, National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety, will begin with minimum 500 members in very short period. By the end of February, we will reach over 1,000 members. Now I would like to invite another founding member, Mr. Salil RG. Are you there? Few words from you before we move on to Mr. Jeromino. Salil, are you there?
Yeah.
Few words from your side as a practicing consultant. What do you think this society can bring in to the people of India?
Good afternoon, Dominic. Am I audible?
Yes.
A warm welcome to all of you. As a member of the consulting fraternity, what I would want to stress upon is that as co-consultants, we come upon a scenario wherein we have to actually train engineers to a very large extent while practicing. And the resource availability on the field is what I want to stress upon. Graduates being available, conventional electrical engineers being available, passing out of universities. What is the direction to whether to come to the standard conventional field or to pursue a lucrative IT sector field, or an outright approach to go to abroad and settle? Now, what has happened is, even though the IT sector has driven away a lot of talent, the electrical sector, the conventional electrical sector, also has had an organic growth along with it. We know that data centers are required, IT parks are required, and the boom which came along with it also demanded that the electrical sector also be strong enough. So what I'm stressing upon is that the engineer, the talent, the pool which is immediately out from the university needs to be brought on board, so that they get oriented onto the need of safety, need of ethical design practices, and this pool is brought attractively into this segment of audit, energy audit, and whatever involved. There are times where when you choose a field for engineering stream, as soon as you are done with your your entrance exams, you may choose to make a choice like, I'll take an electrical and electronics branch. Also, I'll do some IT course in between, and then try to switch over. That has to change. This has to go to a stage where we have to consider this as a lucrative a field which is contributed to safety of well-being. And apart from this, there is a fact that most of these individuals who are heading these major organizations, in a matter of fact, if you check their credentials, they come from electrical engineering background. So I incidentally had a client who was a financial company head, but he was an IIT Madras pass out. And now, what could be a direction which could be taken in this angle is to get training programs for new trainees, have exchange programs with universities. Quite often we see that the MTech programs mostly concentrate on power system or power electronics and all. There are sensitive courses which could be suggested across for universities to consider as part of MTech programs and all. And these PG programs, and then we can have exchange programs, industry-centric exchange programs with the university. There are a few universities who are already doing it. The NFE can and definitely play a major role in this direction, and been involved in training process of new engineers who will be the next stage, the pool of talent which is required, which is the immense pool of talent which is required to ensure that design, installation, maintenance, and the sustenance practices are followed in a whole letter and spirit. I would want to cut short, very simple. I don't want to prolong further. Let me carry on with let you carry on with the process. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you, sir. One of our member, Umesh Pathak, is very clearly said, electrical safety is the most neglected in construction industry. Such comments can be posted on Q&A. We will see how can we as jointly, you may not be a founding member, but every comment, every suggestion you may give as a member will be very well, most welcome to improve our vision and mission. And before Mr. Jeromino will be there to give us the vote of thanks, I'll reserve his comment at the end. The star of the evening is Gopakumar, the president of National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety, the man behind this federation. He has put his thought, he's been working day and night to make sure that the society for all engineers, all the electrical safety engineers born today. And I now welcome Mr. Gopakumar.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dominic. You are seeing my screen with a presentation or with a C background?
No, everything is very well, sir. You can make it as a big screen. It's you can enlarge the screen at the end. Yes.
Okay, now you are seeing
clear.
the full screen.
Yes, sound is clear, image is clear. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome all the participants. We have more than 300 participants viewing the program. Plus, we also made some arrangement to put it onto YouTube and all. So, welcome all of you. Today we are making a very important announcement. During our previous webinars, we told that we are starting an association as a National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. Once when we thought of it, we considered several names. Then through our WhatsApp groups, we asked the invited members to become founding members, and there were a few more people actually wanted to become founding members. But what has happened is the documents which we require for this registration process, there were some issues, and finally we could register, and the process is on. We are a society which is registered during December 2022 under Societies Act in Chennai. Under Tamil Nadu Societies Act, 8th December 2022 was the registration date. National Federation of Engineers for Electrical Safety. So actually there were a few more national federations registered under almost a similar name, but they were not active. They were not filing their returns for several years. So we will go ahead and make maybe the bracket NFEES, probably a little more, modify it a little more on a later date. So basically we are now registered. Our vision is to make every electrical installation free of accidents such as electrocution and fire due to short circuit, and increasing the reliability of the electrical installation. Thus, we need to contribute to saving of life and property and support sustainable development. So, which is, a vision which is a little bit difficult to achieve at this circumstance. We need the support of all electrical engineers in the country to carry out this vision possible. Because as Mr. Appavu told, please note that about 15,000 people are dying every year in India, average plus or minus a little bit more or less. Out of this 15,000, about 46 to 50% is happening at low voltage installation. And about 45% happens, or 45-46% happens in the low voltage or up to 11 kV distribution. Then that means again the low voltage comes into picture, and only 2% happens on the high voltage and extra high voltage. So majority of the accidents are happening in the low voltage, and these accidents are happening in 2-3 forms. One is shock hazard, second is fire, second is abnormal failure of electrical installation and electrical material. So our vision is to ensure that the safety is achieved by from people are protected from electrocution, fire due to short circuit, and finally the electrical installation shall be reliable and it has to give much more life. So we shall strive to achieve our vision through getting accredited for products and personal certification, which shall focus on electrical safety by design, manufacturing, installation and maintenance of electrical products, and installation by competent and qualified manpower using quality resources, including products, process, and procedure. So please note that not only products, the quality of the engineer who is taking care is also an important, or it also plays a major role in the quality of the overall installation. And as all of you know, we are a group of passionate electrical engineering professionals working in the field of electrical safety. We have members from electrical inspectorate, there are electrical designers, there are safety officers, and there are people working in the field of quality and standards. We have a good group of people. I will also introduce all the members probably through the website. So what we do, or what we are trying to do, is first of all to create awareness on electrical safety, improve the skills of practicing electrical engineers. See here, practicing electrical engineers, there is a small problem. Not problem. Practicing, there are several engineers practicing electrical engineering, but most often they may not be an electrical engineer. There are mechanical engineers also practicing electrical engineering subjects. So we have to actually take all of them into our fold, and we should improve the skills of every practicing engineer. Improve safety measures followed in the industry, because as we in our webinars, as we say, there are several safety flaws. It is not purposely done, but most of the time it is due to some misinterpretation, or sometime the correct information is not passed on. Also introduce modern safety measures in the electrical engineering fraternity and improve the quality of electrical installation. Our second job which we are trying to do is support standardization, research and development, and testing laboratories. So this is also a major area, testing laboratories. For example, there are several testing laboratories, but sometimes if a small manufacturer wanted to do a test, sometimes it is not available or too expensive. Sometimes the information is not available. Sometimes he has to wait for several months to do. A lot of challenges are there. We will help them in making the process a little bit simple, or giving proper information, or advising them alternates what exactly they can do. We also try to work with governments for improving electrical safety scenario, reduce the number of accidents and its fatality, support in creating chartered electrical safety engineer. Of course, all of you know that the 2020 10 or 2015 section 5A of the the safety regulation included chartered electrical safety engineer. Only few states went ahead and made a chartered electrical safety engineer, but that itself very few numbers, not enough members to actually make the job. Because in one of the state where when they made the first test, I think only 5 or 6 people passed the examination. So we will actually help engineers and educate them in adopting the modern method, so that they can also write the examinations, they can pass, and they can become chartered electrical safety engineers of the state governments. Also, we would like to support in research and development of new technologies. So we will have different divisions within NFE. The first division which we are following, or which we are trying to create, is the training division. So here the division will take care of training engineers, supervisors, and electricians on selection and using products, services in an electrical installation. So there are a few challenges here. One is the electrical installation itself. We have to train them not only in making the proper design, we have to train them in properly selecting a product and install it. So this is the first task of NFE, which is I would say we due to or during our Vidyut Surakshit Bharat Abhiyan campaign, we already educated probably more than 25,000 engineers. From 2020 onwards, we have conducted more than 300 workshops, 2 hours workshops, explaining several subjects. So now a lot of subjects are known to the industry, but still there are gaps. So here, what we are trying to do is, for making this training, we need engineers from manufacturers to participate in our association. Engineers from manufacturers such as transformers, DGs, UPS, switch gears, and control gear assemblies, cables, wires, supports, routing system, installation practices, metering, monitoring and automation, power quality, reactive power compensation, appliances and devices, and the engineers, those who are working in the new and upcoming technology. So we request all these engineers to come forward and become not only a member of NFE, but an important member in the training division, so that the job can be further carried out. Please note that your business will be secured only once when engineers are aware of good practices. Once when good practices are educated to the market, everybody will follow good practices. As a result, it is actually supporting your business as well. So please come forward and participate in the training division. Also, we would request you to arrange industrial visits, take them to your industry, show the engineers how your products are made, how it is tested, so that it's a win-win situation. Not only you, the engineers, both sides we get advantage. Actually, this kind of activities happening in almost every nation. In India also it's happening, but most of the time it's not in an organized way. It's in an unorganized way. But this time we will make it in an organized way. So training as our first objective. The second objective is product development. So sometimes people will ask, what are you going to do in product development? Manufacturers already know how to make a product and how to test a product. So your support probably may not be required in product development. So this is a general comment which we received a few days back, but I would like to add some missing dots. I would like to, connect some missing dots. For example, air conditioner. All of you know that majority of accidents during the COVID time in hospitals happened in the air conditioner. More than, I think, about 78% of the accidents are in air conditioner. Especially split air conditioner, especially burning of the indoor unit. Outdoor unit burning, of course, nobody is bothered because the fire is not inside the building. Now, January 2023, Government of India made air conditioners mandatory under BIS certification. That means only ISI marked air conditioners can be sold in the market. Now the problem, why so many air conditioners are failing? We were trying to study what exactly is going on. Then what we found out is the first point. The government certification is based on an IS standard for air conditioner, which is prevailing now. And this particular standard is made by the Mechanical Engineering Department of Bureau of Indian Standards. And unfortunately, the electrical parameters included in the standard are a little bit old. For example, the air conditioner standard says a single phase air conditioner, 230 volt between line and neutral. The air conditioner shall be tested for 1000 volt for 2 seconds. 1000 volt between line and earth, line and the body of the air conditioner, and you apply 1000 volt and test it for 2 seconds. But actually, this test is not enough. There is a standard called as IS 302, which is explaining the minimum technical parameters for any equipment which is connected to electricity. And that particular standard says you should test the appliance for 1000 volt 1 minute. So 1 minute is a larger duration. In comparison, what test is carried out in an air conditioner at the moment is about 1000 volt for 2 seconds. The duration is quite less. The second part of the same air conditioner is there is a test called the voltage impulse test. And air conditioners are classified as a class 3 device. That means it must be tested for a 4 kilovolt impulse voltage between the line neutral to earth. That means line and neutral probably combined together with respect to earth. It has to withstand 4 kV surge voltage. And that test is also not carried out in the air conditioner. Point number 3, in the same air conditioner, all the plastic parts, every equipment, electrical equipment which is having a plastic part, there is a glow wire test. And the glow wire test tells you its fire behavior. And that test is also not included in the current standard. So basically, so now what we have to do is we have to tell BIS that please upgrade your standard immediately because there are some missing dots. And once when the standard is upgraded, manufacturers, of course, they have to upgrade their testings and automatically the quality of the air conditioner increases and we can reduce a lot of accidents. And all of us knows that using a stabilizer in the air conditioner will not allow the protective device to trip, especially MCB, instantaneous tripping will be affected. It will not happen properly, and this is also one of the reasons for fire. Now we know the reasons. We have to actually make it as a practice. The case number 2, where a product improvement is required, I would like to touch upon, for example, cables. In large buildings, cables are penetrating through the cable sealants. So cable sealants are tested, its method of installation is tested, for example, 2 hours, fire resistance and all these things are there. But the cable also has to be tested with certain flame resistance properties. And those flame resistant properties, the test which is carried out in India is little bit old. So the standard has to be updated. Once when the standard is updated, of course, the manufacturer need to do retest and the overall quality is improved. Like that, If we look into each and every product, I would also add one more example. For example, the LED lights. You know very well, LED lights have SMPS power supply, and SMPS will create harmonics in our line. And the maximum amount of harmonics which is emitted by a device must be controlled to less than certain limit. For example, 5%. So the total harmonic distortion should be lesser than certain limit. And if this parameter is tested, we don't know the limit, the actual harmonics which is emitted by the device. Of course, if the harmonic emission is high, we unnecessarily waste our energy, and finally we end up with a safety hazard. So actually, if we look into the product development group, what we are trying to do is we will try to connect manufacturers or the engineers, those who are working in research and development and testing of these products with the modern standards or with the modern techniques, and they can update their knowledge and they can adopt new technologies. This is what we are trying to do in the product development division. Number 3, standards and regulation. All of you know very well that last years our standards and regulations are changing a lot. A lot of new standards have come, and the National Electrical Code has been introduced in 6th of January, and the upcoming Central Electricity Authority regulation also had made NEC as a recommended practice. The word shall has been included. As a result, NEC has become like a mandatory. But here in this division, what we are trying to do is, for example, you can look at point number 4. Translation and dissemination of knowledge and documents in various languages. See, one of the challenges which we face once when we go to various states, not all electrical engineers know 100% to read and understand the standard. This is sometimes a little bit difficult. Everybody can read, but the way we understand, each engineer understand the standard is a little bit different. So what we are trying to do is, if you have a standard, translate it to a local language. Say, for example, Hindi. How many textbooks, how many standards we have in Hindi? Of course, almost nil. So we will try to make an association, or we will try to make a division which we supporting various people, or with the help of engineers from various parts of the country, we can translate these documents. Please note that few members in NFE cannot take up this job. We need to really have thousands of engineers to do this job. Once when an engineer, let's say, for example, from North India, once when he start translating a standard into Hindi as a volunteer, after a few days, he will become an expert in that particular standard. So this is how we can make the experts in technology and knowledge. So the standards and regulation group also is the third division which we are doing. Of course, we also have a few more plans which we will announce over a period of time, not immediately. We are proposing to have a different kind of membership, individual member. That means any professional who is interested in electrical safety can become an individual member. International member, for example, there are a lot of people, those who are from India but working abroad, they also can become our members, because in India we may be following the Indian standards, but in the respective country which they are working, probably the standards are a little bit different. We will try to support them in increasing their knowledge with respect to the place where they are working. Student member, then the professional member is very important. Here we try to make the engineer who is really working into the or this is an expert who is really working into the electrical safety. For example, engineering degree holder or equivalent degree with at least 5 years experience, or diploma with 10 years experience, or any other accepted by the expert committee considering other qualification. We will have an expert committee within NFE. So other engineering people, those who have or people those who are practicing electrical safety, those who have really knowledge on electrical installation or electrical safety, also can become professional member. Only thing is the committee will evaluate and make them as professional member. Then we will have corporate member, MSME members, and honorary member. So these are the type of memberships which we are trying to make. Of course, please note that there is a registration fee and annual membership fee. I would like to also show the website of NFE. So here is the website of NFE. Website is nfees.org, not .com or .in. Please note that it is org, nfees.org. So here in the you can see here on the home, please note that the website is still under development. We took up the job about 15 days back, but still starting off a major work, it takes some time. So here our mission, vision, and what we do are explained. Little bit about our activities and the members. The list of members are also shown here. For example, at the moment, the founding members, we are myself, Gopakumar, I am the president-elect. Please note that it's all elect because we need to conduct the EGM. Then only these posts are fixed. Before that, we will have a lot of process. We have Sri Appavu as General Secretary. We have Sri James Kuti Thomas as the Vice President. Mr. Prashant as a founding member. Mr. Sandeep Nair from Bombay, Mr. Prashant is a consulting engineer from Chennai. Mr. James Kuti Thomas, some of you knows, but I would like to introduce Mr. James Kuti Thomas. Is retired from Kerala State Electrical Inspectorate as an electrical inspector. Mr. Sandeep Nair, if you click here, you'll be able to find out the details or their CV is given. But please note that there are some mistakes which we are trying to cover up, or we are trying to modify a little bit. We have Sandeep Nair from Bombay. We have Hemant Saliji he has retired from the Electrical Inspectorate or PWD of Maharashtra. At that time, there was no Electrical Inspectorate in Maharashtra. Then we have Mr. Salil, who has spoke just now. We have Sri Krishna Kumar from Bombay, working as the executive engineer in the CPWD. He is currently employed. Please note that a lot of questions came. Members asked whether a central government employee can become a member. Of course, yes, these are possible. We have Mr. Dominic, all of you know, today's host. He is an expert in fire safety. We have also Mr. Geronimo Lobo, who is a retired chief engineer from Taj Hotels in Goa. We have Mr. Deepak as the treasurer-elect of the association. And also we have Mr. Rajesh Patel, founding member, very important at the moment for us. Unfortunately, Mr. Rajesh Patel was in India, but fortunately or unfortunately, he was shifted to Israel recently. So at the moment, he is not in India, but anyway, he is supporting us very much, and he is also supporting a lot of administrative work for us. So in the website, you can also see what we do, our member details, but please note that these are under development. Now, if you go to the page Become a Member, there you can see the details such as individual member, international member, student member, professional member, corporate member, MSME member. So please note that we are trying to make an automatic system here, so that once when you fill up and once when you submit the form and pay the relevant fees, automatically you get the certificate. But this automation is taking a little bit time. The payment gateway, due to some Reserve Bank restrictions, the payment gateways are not very fast to give or accept our application. It takes a little bit more, probably another 15 days. After 15 days, there will be an automatic process for registration. At the moment, what you should do is, for example, if you go to if you press the Become a Member, then you will be able to see this kind of a screen. You have to fill up your name, address, telephone number, email, and type of membership which you are trying to make. Then you just submit. You don't need to look into the logo or corporate member. Those questions you don't need to look into. Just submit. So we will the application will come to us So from the application, we will write back to you. Somebody from the association will write back to you. Then we will route you to the correct way of making or the process will be manually made for certain time. So this is about our membership or the website. Please note that the website is still under development. It may take a few weeks to complete it, but then we already have the Vidyut Surakshit Bharat Abhiyan website. That website we will be integrating into it, or I will just show you the Vidyut Surakshit website, Vidyut Suraksha. Here you know that there were a lot of videos about electrical safety. Most of program videos are already uploaded in this website. We will migrate both the websites so that it is easy for the user to understand. One information which you should look very seriously is, if you scroll down, you will see important websites which is useful for an electrical engineer. If you look into this particular important websites, you can find out the Bureau of Indian Standards website where you can buy the standards. Say, for example, I'm clicking this, it goes to the BIS website, e-sale of Indian standard. You create a login, or you register, you make a username, password, then you can get the BIS standards, most of them at free of cost. Similarly, the IEC web store, if you wanted to buy an IEC document, you can go to IEC website and buy it. Then this one, the third one, online electrotechnical vocabulary, for example. This means if you have any doubts on a technical term, you can go to the vocabulary and you can type and find out what exactly the meaning of a technical term with respect to electricity or electrical engineering. It is very easy. Similarly, we gave a link for ISO browsing platform, and there is a link for CEA measures relating to safety and electric supply, which is at the moment the 2010 regulation is displayed, but please note that the regulation it is under revision. So these links are also given. So the website will be, we are trying to make it really user friendly so that it is useful for you. Now, after this program, after this online program, first we will be making the the membership drive. Then we will try to make different divisions, and based on the divisions, we will take up the job further. But we already finalized for our major event in Delhi. The first event which we are planning is the Delhi event, that is on 9th and 10th of March. We will come back to you immediately after this program, probably within 2-3 days. So on 9th and 10th of March, we are trying to have a major program in Delhi, especially on 10th, one-day program or training program on National Electrical Code of India 2023, and we call it as decoding the National Electrical Code. So I request all of you, please become a member in the association and support our activity so that all of us together can make our the effort in a very good way. We have very good participation in today's program. I can see a lot of known names in the list of participants. I don't want to read each and every name. There are regular engineers, those who are participating in our regular webinars. A lot of engineers are already in attending today's program. Thanks to all of you. Please try to become a member in our association. Not only a member, try to take an active role in the dissemination of knowledge. So you have to support us. We will support you, and together we can grow. With this, I would like to stop the presentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Dominic. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very well described the objective, missions, and what we do in the NFE. And the most important is you declared a conference in New Delhi on the 10th of March 2023, which will be held in India Habitat Center. Decoding National Electrical Code of India. The theme is decoding the National Electrical Code of India 2023, which was launched on 6th of January. Very interesting conference. We will have two technical session, one panel discussions. So similarly, with the support of BAS, Bureau of Indian Standard, we will be visiting almost all the major cities in India together with BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard, and NFE. We will be reaching out to every engineer and talk about NEC, National Electrical Code of India, and I'm sure the certificate and the knowledge that you may gain will be immense. So kindly continue to log in with on our programs, and those who are from the corporate, you will have a great opportunity to display your product during the conference. So I've seen a lot of people are giving their mobile number, email ID in the chat. I keep saying those messages that you're typing on the chat is not on record, so we will not be able to retrieve it and respond. Hence, I requested, please post it in the Q&A box so that we can come back. We will be creating a members WhatsApp group, and this is only for the members. So WhatsApp group cannot be for everybody. Only those who are becoming a member of NFE will be added in the group. We can have it at almost 500 people in a single group. And also, we are going to reach out to every cities of India as opening a chapter. To open a chapter, we need to have a minimum 25 members in that city. So we will keep coming out with these kind of programs, more suggestions through emails, through WhatsApp group. So thank you very much, the President-elect, Mr. Gopakumar, for presenting NFE to all the audience. We had a wonderful, and we will continue to have this virtual webinar, physical seminar, physical conferences. So we are now almost 1 hour 15 minutes for this program. I would like to invite Jeromino Lobo, the former chief engineer of Taj Hotel, to give vote of thanks and encourage people to join in and make one of the largest society in India. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dominic. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A new launch is never complete without expressing our gratitude to the ones who have worked so hard for its success. I would like to thank Mr. Dominic, our program host, and his entire team for the excellent curation of this event. Thank you, Mr. S. Apavu, General Secretary-elect, for your overview of the accident scenario and highlighting the urgent need for an engineers association. Mr. Krishna Kumar, thank you for your motivating talk on how engineers can augment themselves and support national development. Mr. Hemant Sadi, thank you for highlighting the need for improvement of engineering practices, updation of standards and regulations in order to improve safety. Mr. Salil Aji, thank you for enlightening us on the need for talent and young engineers for the electrical industry. A big thank you to the guiding force behind this federation, our NFE President-elect Mr. Gopakumar, on detailing the vision, mission, and activities planned of the federation, for launching the NFE website and unveiling the first conference in New Delhi. Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh, for the smooth and efficient handling of our registration with the Register of Societies, Chennai, and Mars Web Solutions for the wonderful website they've created. To the men behind the mission, our founding members, and all those behind the scenes who have worked tirelessly to see the formation and launch of the Federation, I express a heartfelt gratitude. Thank you one and all for taking time out today to participate in this event and making it a memorable day for each one of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Geronimo. for giving word of thanks, wonderful words you've been said. So before we conclude, I would like to tell you all the participants, we have recorded all your questions. There are around 28 to 30 questions that we have. Individually, we will answer all your questions, which is very relevant to the association, how to become, what is the membership fee. We am also apologize for mentioning as a Bombay, it's Mumbai. So thank for your suggestion to make sure that we will pronounce as Mumbai. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion of Republic Day. A new society is born. Word of mouth is very important. Keep talking about our society, keep visiting our, and most important, your suggestions to improve. It's not just a handful of people, it's a collective people. So once you join in as a member, you'll become the backbone, the pillar of this association. With your blessing, with your prayers, we shall move on. हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.